Now, in a democracy, the voice of people matters. Citizens have the right to say what they think and feel. They are free to share information and demand a better society. They also have the right to agree or disagree with those in power and to express their opinion through peaceful protests. Exercising these rights without fear or unlawful interference is known as freedom of expression. But Hong Kong seems to be taking this right away from its people. A Hong Kong judge has found 5 members of Speech Therapists Union guilty of sedition for producing a series of illustrated children's books that portrayed the city's democracy supporters as sheep defending their village from wolves. But in those brightly illustrated pages, Hong Kong authorities saw a sinister plot against the government. The court says the books were aimed at inciting hatred against authorities. The 5 speech therapists had pleaded not guilty to the charge filed against them. There is a possibility that they could face up to 2 years of imprisonment. Moreover, prior to their conviction, they had been remanded in custody for over a year. The books in question revolved around a village of sheep that has to deal with wolves from a different village. The first book showed sheep resisting the wolves' attempts to take over their village. The second featured a tale of a dozen sheep who tried to escape the wolves, in apparent reference to 12 people who were captured at sea by Chinese authorities in August 2020 while trying to flee Hong Kong. And in another, the wolves are portrayed as dirty and bringing disease to the sheep's village, in apparent reference to the Hong Kong government's initial reluctance to close the border with China at the start of the coronavirus outbreak. Now, the police have said that the stories published in these books paralleled the incidents linked to political unrest in Hong Kong. As these 5 speech therapists, as these 5 speech therapists await their sentencing on September 10th, human rights group Amnesty International have called for their immediate release, describing the convictions as an absurd example of unrelenting repression. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.